Trina and Towanda, season 7 of Braxton Family Values is upon us. I feel like it's going to be a tough season. We've got the pandemic looming over it. We've got the call for racial justice looming over it. And we have the situation with your sister, Tamar. How are you feeling about season 7?
No one can know when something like mental illness will loom or will surface, in spite of this season. This is a real situation that's happening for our sister. And we definitely touched on how it affected us individually and collectively as a family. But we do not in any way, shape, form, or wise tell Tamar's story for her. That's only something that she can tell.
I want to dig into some of the stuff there. And I'm sorry if this feels a little Tamar heavy to start, but I feel like we just got to get it out of the way and say the piece and then get into the fun
Let's do it, Bryce.
After. All right. Do it. The season opens with a flash forward to you guys finding out that Tamar attempted suicide.
Wait a minute, I can't, wait a minute, one more time, I'm sorry, what? Oh, I'm sorry, I gotta go, like right now.
I was stunned and really numb.
There was no way to prepare for this.
Talk to me about the family's decision to go ahead and put that moment on TV.
I think that we would do our fans and the viewers a disservice if we didn't talk about it. So when the producers and the family collectively got together and said, this is what we're going to do, we can talk about how it affected us as a family and individually when we found out about it.
And it is something that's been, in the news and on social media and people, they do want to have answers. We can't give them the answer from Tamar's perspective, but we can give them the answers from our perspective. And what we can also do is give a voice to that person that feels like, oh my gosh, I'm in this moment of depression. I am having these mental health issues and I feel like I can't speak out. And if this family can go through this situation and get through the situation, maybe I can too. So we always did this show to help someone else, not just ourselves, because we've had our own counseling, we've had our own situations throughout the show. But as long as we can help somebody, there's a reason to continue on to do the show.
This opening scene is heart-wrenching. It's a lot of direct to camera, almost as if you're speaking to Tamar directly.
We're sisters, and I love you more than life itself, just like the rest of us and our siblings. And if you need me for anything, I'm here.
It does seem like you're trying to get a message out to her through that opening sequence.
No, because we have her number and we saw her a few weeks ago and we actually had a personal private conversation with her about everything that everyone isn't privy to. But we definitely wanted the viewer to understand that this is a serious situation and we take it serious and we respect anyone in their boundaries of where they are mentally and emotionally. A lot of doctors will tell you that, it's important for that victim to understand how the family reacted or how your loved ones are feeling when you have decided to make that decision. I think that's very important.
So you guys are still in contact with Tamar. There's not a disconnect there.
No, we talk to her. Yeah, of course we're still sisters.
Well, I think going into the season, there's going to be those questions, especially,
yes, absolutely,
especially coming out of the Tamron Hall interview.
Sure.
I was reading social media. I know you posted this, telling people you're going to come on the show, and you were very upset that the show was still airing and the episodes were airing.
It wasn't about it airing. It was about the responsibility of mental health and the responsibility of suicide. It's a very serious thing. Everything is not for entertainment.
Absolutely.
Did you guys get a chance to watch that? And what did you think about your sister laying it all out there?
Yes, we got a chance to watch it, and it was important for Tamar to speak her truth, and that's Tamar's truth. Tamar has to tell her own story, and I think that's just where we're standing with it. We're just respecting where she is mentally and emotionally, and if that's what she needed to do to get it off of her, because sometimes you got to get it out, then that's what she had to do.
She said two things in that interview that kind of stuck with me. One, she said she would like to see forgiveness.
What would you like to see moving forward, Tamar?
Forgiveness.
Do you forgive them?
On both sides.
What does that mean to you guys?
Tamar said that it cuts both ways. Forgiveness is always key. And I think that as long as you have another day, as long as you have another breath, there's always room for forgiveness. There's always room for another chance. We are sisters, we are family, we are still in communication. no matter what the world might think. And even though she blocked us from social media, it does not mean that we don't still text and have each other's telephone numbers.
I was going to say, yeah, Trina, because she always blocks us. This isn't the first time that Tamar has blocked us, okay? And we don't measure our family with social media. We just don't do it. That's not our relationship. It's just what it is.
The second point she made on the Tamron Hall show is she saw the trailer for the new season and she questioned why this would be shown at all and what the intent was. Have you guys had conversations with her about your decision to continue with the show without her involvement?
Tamar's experience with the network is not necessarily mine or anyone else's experience with the show. However, if we did not address the fact that it happened, people would wonder, why didn't you guys say anything about what happened? So it's like kind of like you're darned if you do and you're darned if you don't kind of thing. We did not discuss where she is in her health. We did not discuss anything that would disclose anything that had to do with HEPA or anything like that. We did not disclose any of that information because it's not for us to disclose. It's not our story to tell, but we do have a story to tell.
Tamar is able to tell her truth, and we have a right to speak our truth as well.
You guys keep bringing it to her truth versus the truth, which I think is an interesting disconnect. So maybe you don't buy in fully to her perspective of things.
Well, I think all of it is about perspective. I mean, she is where she is, and we just respect her where she is. We just respect it, and we understand her, and we're just gonna love her.
You wrote the letter from the hospital. It said in part, I feel like a slave to you. I feel like I can't breathe, and you're slowly killing me. Yeah. You're referring to it, the network, WeTV.
That was the second letter. The first one, I told him that if I continued like this, I want to die, I want to kill myself, I can't breathe. And I got a response as, you're being dramatic.
Does hearing her so publicly share her experience with the network and really paint this picture complicate at all how you feel about continuing with the show or continuing with the network?
You know, we really grappled with it. We really did, you know, because we were like, okay, do we continue? Do we not continue? But this is a yield sign, not a stop sign. You have to take pause and you have to really evaluate the reason why we even did the show in the first place. And it was to show people that we go through the same things that everyone else goes through. And this situation is not exempt from it. You know, as long as we continue to help people, we'll continue to have a show. And if we stop helping people, then it's time to go off the air, including ourselves.
Well, this is the second time in about as many years that there's been a big shift on this show. You guys all walked away for almost a whole season, save for your sister Tracy. So what does the future of Braxton Family Values look like? Do you see a future beyond season 7? Do you see the show changing into something different?
At this point, I don't think any of us really know that. But I think that what we do know is, as long as it makes sense, we will continue filming Braxton Family Values.
Do you want to see Tamar come back to the show or maybe do a new show with her? Like, how do you feel about reincorporating her into the world of the reality TV Braxtons?
Tamar needs to get to a place to where she wants to do things as opposed to what we want for her. It has to be what she wants for herself. And if we come to a place to where we can find some impasse to where we can work on something else in the future, then we will. But it has to be her decision because we want to make sure that her mental wellness is first and foremost.
A lot of questions left up in the air, I guess, then, like most of us in 2020, it's just a continued pattern of that. Of, where does everything go from here? All right. Well, I'm glad to know that the family is still in contact. The Braxtons are still the Braxtons, and that you guys feel that this is an empowering way to share this side of the story.
Yes.
Absolutely.
All right, let's move on from the Tamar of it all. Trina, I feel like this season was supposed to be your season, and then 2020 slapped you in the face.
First of all, this COVID-25 is working on my nerves so badly. And I call it COVID-25 because I feel like I gained 25 pounds. And it's so horrible. And now we have an extra hour a day for this daggone 2020 and this daggone COVID. And, you know, as long as Vaughn and I are happy, as long as we were able to at least get our wedding in before COVID started, I feel like we're ahead of the game. And to be a newlywed and quarantined is an amazing thing. So we're definitely ahead of the game.
But the wedding looks like it was not exempt from drama. It looks like something major goes down there. What can you?
Are you kidding?
So why Tracy not talking to us?
Something's going on with the family.
She needs to leave now.
I was just so pissed because you coming at me. I'm not gonna let no one disrespect me ever.
There are a few major things that unfold. The flowers didn't show up, cake catastrophes, a whole situation happened without me knowing because my sisters kept it from me, thank God. Towanda can speak more to that. It was just...
I kept it from her so much so that she just found out about it on this past Friday. During an interview. So I think that I did an amazing job.
Yeah, you get 5-star sister over there.
Yes, because it's their day. Nothing should impede on their day. Nothing. I wanted to protect my sister, so that's what I did.
The premiere really sets up that Tracy still holds a lot of resentment over what happened a couple of years ago.
I still don't like y'all. I got some other issues, but right now is not the time.
What can you tell me about what we're going to see between Tracy and the sisters?
Tracy is starting to not only create boundaries, she's giving people consequences if they do cross the boundaries.
Part of the problem in our family is this. We still sometimes relate to each other as if we are still in an adolescent stage. We still revert back to, how we were when we grew up. And we have to realize that we can't do it this way any longer because we are grown-ups now. We have our own traditions to set.
Sounds like it's going to be a season of change for this family.
Yes.
Across the board, from small things to big things.
Yeah.
Obviously a lot of heavy stuff this season, but what are you most looking forward to people getting to see and experience, or even experience for yourself for the first time or second time watching it back?
I'm looking forward to everyone seeing the happiness that we share amidst all the mess, amidst all the disparity, amidst every negative thing that they see in social media. I am looking forward to the fans seeing the happy times. You guys are going to see a lot of us being happy and laughing and being jovial together. And that's what I'm most looking forward to the fans seeing again.